It's upside down. Turn it. No. No. More. More. Too much. Bring it in a little. Straighten it out. There you go. Howdy. I just wanted to touch on this in at least one video. Here's what we know of the Trump virus. Trump learned about it in January, I think. Now, I'm not researching this because I want it to be what the average, well-informed person knows in general. So here we go. He was warned by intelligence and others that the Trump virus had the potential to be bad. Very bad. He either didn't get that info because those around him know he doesn't like bad news. Keep in mind, this is the president. The main tool for his job is words, of which his own are often a mishmash, and he ignores the words of others. So he either just didn't get the info, or he got that info and chose to ignore it because it didn't fit his agenda. His agenda being tweeting at his enemies, which include everyone in the US who doesn't worship him, and entertaining his base. This is the president. And his only two real consistent policies are embarrassing his enemies and entertaining his base. Those are the only platforms he's kept up and running his whole time, and we've been paying his room and board and his business expenses and all the expenses for his golf outings. Whether it was the Kurds and Turkey, Ukraine fighting Russia by itself, or any of the other many scandals that would have toppled a better man, Trump's been all over the board except for the two things that really matter to him: retribution and entertaining. So, Trump had warning that the Trump virus had the potential to be very bad, but he doesn't like reality. It's just another enemy, and since he couldn't angrily tweet at it, he tried to wish it away and ignored it. He thought that acknowledging its capability would panic some and tank the market. So he downplayed it, which, knowing how he lies, panicked some and tanked the market. And all who say, look at how well the market's doing now, that's mostly with money the government is printing like crazy, with far less taxes, manufacturing and exports, etc., to back it up than when we were printing far less money. But that's for another video. And all this is happening because Trump chose to ignore the Trump virus and do what other countries had done that were successful in shutting down the Trump virus. Testing, testing, testing. Trump didn't want to test for Trump virus because that would tell the true number of cases and would curtail his ability to lie about it and downplay it. He stopped some Chinese travel to try to embarrass China and entertain his base. But as Mexico, Canada, and Europe have now severely restricted travel of US citizens, we're the ones who are embarrassed, and no one is entertained. I'm not going to try and create a concise timeline, but in that time, we've gone from the messaging, we need to close down piecemeal at whoever's discretion, and with loud noise from both sides that closing down is good / bad, and I'll sue you to stop you. Wearing masks is good / bad. Social distancing is good / bad. Health / an open economy is more important. And all of this is only reinforced by the confusion and the hopscotching statements made by the president. The man who should be most easily understood among all men in the world. The only real consistency is his assertion that we've got the most and the best testing in the world, both of which are just bald-faced lies. We're not even close in either the most or the best. There is so much more to this, but beyond the details is the overarching idea. The one country in the world that was most capable of avoiding a catastrophe of trumpVirus proportions is the country now with the most trumpVirus. Since it's not America's fault for this trumpVirus, for all practical purposes, in every respect except for one element, we were more prepared for a pandemic than any other country. Well then, whose fault is it that we're experiencing more trumpVirus than anywhere else? Oh God, it would be funny if it weren't just, it's not even funny. At one point, Trump declared war on the trumpVirus. If this had been a real war, the occupiers would now be raping and pillaging the countryside. A foreign flag would be flying over the White House, and we'd all be in chains and forced to speak our victor's language instead of sitting here watching videos. As a wartime president, Trump is now officially 0-1, unofficially 0-3, and if his war against the Democrat-run cities and the Constitution doesn't pan out, which all indications are this is going to fold like almost everything else he's ever started, that's going to make him 0-4. How many more opportunities are you going to give him? Well, thank you for watching, and if you didn't watch, well then, what's wrong with you, man? Talk to you later.